1,026 pounds for the win. There you go. The Arnold Schwarzenegger effect. We did it in Melbourne, we did it again here.
We did it again. Every single time I see you, you break a world record. How do you do it?
Oh, I don't share records. That record's mine. That's how I do it. I want it.
Fantastic. Let's give him a big hand. The world record holder.
All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to a very special edition of the Connection Hangout. Today is the Athlete Connection. As you saw, we've got an extremely special guest we're going to get to in just a minute. First off, let me bring on my co-host there in Marietta, Georgia, David Asarno. Welcome, David. How's it going out there?
It is a beautiful day in the neighborhood. How about out in Vegas?
It is. It's an early day in the neighborhood here.
Yes, everyone who can see, we have got a lot of light. We are pre-recording today.
Yeah, we had to, everyone. This is it was very, very tough to coordinate schedules. We are going to be connecting live with Munich, Germany here in just a second. Let me do a little bit of housekeeping first, though. Again, the Connection Hangout, this is not a product presentation or a business training. What the Connection Hangout is designed to do is connect real people with real results to you, our viewers, so that you can get educated and understand the power of this amazing technology and company. Now, if you'd like to chime in where you're viewing from, please do so in the comment section right beneath the screen here. And also, you're going to see a button. If you'd like to enter a sweepstakes, we're going to give away a free viewing of the movie of our special guest. And what I'd like to do now is bring on a good friend of mine there. He's in the UK. He's a diamond executive with ASEA. And he is also an amazing athlete himself, a former competitive bodybuilder. Please welcome Stephen Oddiwell. Steve, how's it going?
It's going good, thanks, Paul. You?
Oh, fantastic! Great. Looks like we got a good connection. So, wondering if you could share how you met our special guest today, and to go ahead and properly introduce him.
Yeah, sure, Paul. I met our special guest today in 2010 at a strongman show called the Mr. England. Eddie was at this show, and it was sort of one of the first big shows for Eddie, and the field of other athletes in this competition were seasoned competitors. And watched Eddie take apart the whole field. So by the end of the event, Eddie was crowned England's strongest man, and he just took the strongman world by storm.
Fantastic, fantastic. And so yes, if you could introduce Eddie, maybe talk about some of the other accolades that he has, and we can welcome him aboard.
Yeah. So from that, I started a trial with Eddie with the product, and Eddie has now taken the strongman world by storm. He's won England's strongest man, UK's strongest man, should I say, 5 times, and he's won Britain's strongest man now 3 times consecutively, and beat every strongman that we've got in England. So Eddie's just phenomenal. On top of that, he'll tell you some of his massive achievements is achieved, but for me, Eddie's a legend. So I'd like to introduce everybody to Eddie Hall, Britain's strongest man and deadlift world champion.
Fantastic. All right, welcome, Eddie.
Hey, man, you right?
All right, fantastic. Good to see you. I am super excited to do this interview. You know, I've been a fan for some time now. whenever I feel a little too tired to work out, I just play on that YouTube video of your first world record breaking deadlift there at Arnold Schwarzenegger's event when you did the first 462 kilograms, and it just jacks me up. I walk around, I look for a chair to kick, you know, and then I bounce up and down a couple times. I grab my 30 kilograms. Oh, that's probably too much information. but it's awesome, man, and we're honored to have you here. And how does it feel now to have broken that record 3 times with that last lift just a couple of weeks ago at Arnold's event there of 465 kilograms? And by the way, everybody out there here in the United States, that is 1,026 pounds. How does that feel?
Yeah, obviously it feels pretty good. The first time I broke it in front of Arnold Schwarzenegger was a pretty special moment in my life, you know, because I met him for the first time at that moment, and I pulled the world record deadlift. So it was very surreal. Obviously, I broke it 2 times since, and each time it's just as exciting. You know, it's what I live for. It's the thrill. It's the thrill of the sport that keeps me going in it. You know.
Hey, speaking of Arnold, did you watch? I mean, are you a fan of the movie? Was it Pumping Iron? Did you used to watch? Was that motivational for you as you started training?
Yeah, I've watched Puppet Iron a few times. It's quite motivational stuff like, you know, seeing Arnold back in his day in his prime. So yeah, I do use it now and again.
You do the same stuff when you're in the gym, like him and Lou Ferrigno used to trash talk each other and say, "Did they make that shirt men's size?" And
no, I'm not quite as bad as Arnie, but I'm quite good at mind games. Yeah.
Yeah, right up. Awesome.
So, Eddie, I mean, I've become a fan watching you. Actually, I didn't even know much about strongman competitions until I saw the HBO special, and then your videos and everything that's going online now. So, can you share with our viewers who aren't familiar with a strongman competition what they're about and how you even got involved in the sport?
Strongman's basically what you see on the TV. You know, the world's strongest man is when we, you know, they pull the trucks, we lift the Atlas stones, we wrestle each other, we lift logs above our head, and it's just one of them sports where it's the thrill, it's the freak of the nature kind of thing, you know, and it's the alpha male sport of who can lift the most weight, you know, who can lift more weight than the next man, and that's what people like to see. People like to see human evolution fighting each other.
Fantastic. And so how did you get involved?
I was just a big guy when I was a kid, and I just quite naturally just started lifting weights, and then it just went from there. You know, I just entered my first contest when I was 19 years old, and then I won my first England Strongest Man title when I was 21. So within 2 years, I was pretty much the top in the UK.
Wow, that's fantastic. Now you're 6'2", 400 pounds, which, by the way, everyone, that's about 3 of me, right? About 150 pounds. It's just mind-boggling. What on a typical day? What do you usually eat? And are you looking to get even bigger? I mean, is that the goal?
Yeah, I mean, the food is number one in my sport. You know, if you're not eating constantly, then all that training and recovery and physio is just pointless. In terms of like what do we eat, it's just everything, you know. There's no sort of strict diet. You can just eat what you want when you want. It's all about packing that size on. And for strongman, there's no such thing as too big, you know, because if you think you're big, there's always a guy out there bigger than you. So the aim is to get as big as possible, but keeping in at fit levels as well, you know, so you can be fast and mobile with it.
Got it.
So Eddie, speaking of regimes, what does a daily training session look like for you?
It's pretty brutal, you know. I'll do my cardio in the morning, perhaps an hour swimming or an hour's sort of interval training, and then obviously a whole day of eating, prepping, stretching for the training session in the afternoon, and that consists of 4 hours of basically just squatting, deadlifting, bench pressing, pulling trucks, lifting Atlas stones, you know, you name it, I do it, and I spend a good 4 hours killing myself every night.
Wow.
How much sleep do you get?
Sleep-wise, you know, I try and aim for 8-9 hours as best as I can. So, you know, I'm in bed at 10 most nights, and I'm up at 7.
Got it. Got it. Now we know you learned about ASEA through Steve, but how does it play a role in your performance?
I mean, I started using ASEA 4 years ago, so from day one, and it's just given me that. I found the number one thing for me was the mindset. It just gives you a clear, tranquil moment of what path you're taking in your life, and if you get that right, then everything else, follows away, in line. So training follows suit. The diet does. Everything just comes together. You get a positive frame of mind and focus, and everything else will just fall in place.
Now, Eddie, I saw a quote by you that said, ASEA is the best, and by the way, I laughed when I read this. It says, ASEA is the best invention since powdered protein.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I genuinely like ASEA. It does good things for me, and that's what the world's all about. Because if you want to be the best number one in your sport, you've got to take advantage of the supplements around you, and ASEA is one of those.
Awesome. Now, for everyone who may not know, there's a documentary that's just been released about you. So what I'd like to do right now is let's just pause right here. Let's watch the intro, the little preview to this documentary, and then we'll cut right back and ask you some questions about it.
"27 years old, 6 feet 3 inches tall, 385 pounds.
People either love him or hate him. It's the sort of personality he is.
He's a character.
So violently strong.
And has the potential to be the strongest ever.
Our next competitor, from England, Eddie Hall.
Every year, he's got that bit better. He is like the next generation of strongman.
Definitely in the top 2 or 3 guys in the world. He's just a beast.
Eddie Hall, he's got it.
Unless somebody tells me to stop or I actually die, I will be world's strongest man. The scariest thing for me in life is being normal.
A lot of people, they just want to live 9 to 5. Everyone's got different aspirations in life.
That's fine, everyone's different.
I want to be great. I want to be famous. I want to be number one in the world at strongman.
I'm just hoping one day it pays off just for that one special moment where I'm handed a trophy, and hopefully all my problems will go away.
The 3 strongest men in the world are Hapthorne Bjornsson, Brian Shaw, and of course, Zydrunas Savickas, Big Z, probably the strongest man in history, and that's a club Eddie wants to join.
I was put on this planet to be a legend.
Congratulations, and I hope you say, I'll be back.
Now, that is an unbelievably amazing. I mean, seriously, watching that, I'm ready to go work out right now. I mean, the movie if the movie is even a fraction of what that intro is, I can't wait to see. In fact, I'm going to buy it right now. And my son is disappointed that he wasn't here to meet you. He's a fan too, by the way. So can you tell us a little bit more about the documentary?
Yeah, sure. The documentary is basically my life in a film. It's I got a film crew follow me for 2 years. And we've gone through we pulled the heartstrings, we go behind the scenes, we see what makes me tick, we see how I train, we see how I eat, and we see me in competition, failing, winning. And it's a really good contrast, and even as well, it's a great story. And it just portrays what those guys go through on a daily basis really well. And by the way, if you're going to show your kids it as a parental guidance.
Thank you. He's a teenager, so I don't know how much I can shelter from him anymore.
And by the way, everybody out there, If you'd like to be entered into this drawing, again, you'll see a button down here. It says click on it to enter the drawing. And then you'll also be redirected to Eddie's page there. So if you don't win, you can actually go ahead and purchase the movie. It's available to view right online, or you can download it right there from the site. By the way, Eddie, do you have any other websites, addresses, or Facebook pages that you can refer our folks to?
I've only got my private website, and it's eddiehallstrongman.com, and then obviously I've got my Facebook, which is pretty popular. You know, it's quite easy to find. Just tap in Eddie Hall on Facebook. You can find me on there.
Fantastic. Now, in closing here, what are some of your upcoming goals for 2016? What should everybody be watching out for?
2016 goals, you know, it's my dream to win the World's Strongest Man, you know, and I want to do that as soon as possible. Will I win it this year? I hope so, but you know, it's going to happen one day. And another goal for this year is to do the 500 kilo deadlift, which is, you know, be the first one in history off the ton.
Oh, wait, you kind of broke up. What
I want to hear this.
Yeah, I know. We definitely want to hear that. What was that? Because it was a big amount of weight, I think, being lifted. What was that number?
Sorry, yeah. One of the main things 2016 is to lift a 500 kilo deadlift off the floor and be the first one in history to lift half a ton.
500 kilos? That is unreal. You know, when I watched your 463 kilogram lift, it looked like it was easier than your 462 kilogram lift. Was that just me, or is that what was it? Did it seem like it's getting easier?
It all depends on the day, you know, because you know you can come into some competitions where you've travelled for 2 or 3 days, not eating right, and then other competitions where everything's been perfect. So, and that plays a big role in my game. You know, if you're dehydrated or something, that can make a lift, you know, take 10-20% off the lift.
How many days ahead of time do you fly out for an event like the Arnold Classic?
The Arnold Classic, no more than a day. You know, I have a day's to acclimatise, then you're straight into competition. So it's not the best conditions, you know.
Oh man, and you know, this last competition we did 465. Is it correct that you were kind of injured and you were even in your top shape?
No, I mean I come in with a bit of a tricep injury. It's nothing to do with deadlift. But I did pull that weight. I pulled 1,000 pounds twice within 10 minutes on the stage, which is like absolutely unheard of. You know, for a guy to pull 1,000 pounds once in a day is crazy, but to pull it twice within 10 minutes was just. I think I left a few mouths open anyway.
Oh man, yeah, that's awesome.
Mine included right now.
Yeah, all of everyone's. Well, fantastic, Eddie. Hey, we really appreciate it. I know you're on a busy schedule there in Munich, Germany, and you're getting ready to jump on a flight. We won't keep you any longer, but thank you so much for joining us. Everyone's going to be rooting for you, and we really appreciate your time. Thanks so much. All right, thanks everyone out there for tuning in. Special thanks to my co-host in Marietta, Georgia. Thanks so much, David Asarno.
And thank you, Paul, for putting this together. And Eddie, thank you for being here.
Awesome. And special thanks too to Steve Audywell. Really appreciate Steve and for finding Eddie, bringing him aboard, and all of his great efforts. Thanks so much, Steve. All right, everyone, go out and have a fantastic rest of your day, rest of the weekend. I'll see you later. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Good night.